Now onto my favorite Sunday night show.
Welcome to Last Week Tonight.
This week, John Oliver took on Clean Coal, and he started off like any intelligent satirist would by making fun of Donald Trump personally.
Okay. Let me stop you right there. It is not easy watching someone I doubt has done a day of hard labour in his life show how he thinks coal mining works.
It's hard for me to listen to a comic who's never done a day of hard labor in his life either make a comment about someone who he says has never done a day of hard labor in his life. I believe that Donald Trump has probably worked a little bit harder than you. I mean, he's probably worked harder than me. He was, remember earlier, he had 500 corporate positions and ran a portfolio of $1.4 billion. So, you know, here nor there, your opinion, my opinion, whatever. But I can at least admit that I've never worked a hard day of labor in my life. I've been one of these awful academics that everyone makes fun of. That's why I got these glasses. Nerd. Oh, I bet it gets even more in depth. Let's see how much more personal John Oliver can make it.
You're going to be working your asses off, all right? Thank you, everybody.
That's right, you're going to be working your asses off like that, right? That's how you do it. Maybe some of this you'll do, or maybe this. Maybe you'll do some... You're mimers, right? You're going back to the coal mimes, aren't you? I don't know what you people do.
I don't know what your writers do. You had a whole week to write this show. That was like 2 minutes of your show, making fun of Donald Trump, calling it hard labor and doing this. I mean, God, we write this show every day, and I've got intelligent things to say about you, like your staff isn't intelligent and they're poor writers and they're filling space with just garbage. I hope it gets better. I mean, remember that we're talking about coal here, but we're going personal insults against the president. This is a really just heady stuff we're working on over at Last Week Tonight. Let's see where it goes from here.
I just assumed that the figure would be more like 12 mining jobs, and they're not actually jobs, they're lobsters, and Trump didn't create them, he just remembers 12 times in his life that he saw a lobster.
The topic is coal, but it seems like 5 minutes so far of the program, by the way, was just insulting Donald Trump for being stupid. Nothing says you don't have any serious material like that, by the way. I just want to... So he finally does get to talk about coal. And here's where it goes.
And the industry itself points much of the blame for lost jobs at President Obama, with one of the loudest voices being this guy.
These are my employees. I care for them deeply. Barack Obama and his Democrat followers are destroying entire segments of America. Mr. Obama is an outlaw. I pray every day.
So here we go. So he says that the coal industry blames Barack Obama for a loss of jobs. And it's absolutely true, because during his last year in office, the coal industry actually dropped 27% of jobs, and they'd have no jobs if it was up to Hillary Clinton. That clip's coming, by the way. Trust me, that clip's coming. So he starts from Barack Obama being blamed for losing jobs in the coal industry, which is true, and then goes right back into personal insults, this time against Bob Murray because he doesn't look good in camera. Seeing a pattern here? I am. Oh, and guess what? It keeps going.
What are you talking about? He had a job. Listen to yourself. His job was destroying entire segments of America with his evil incompetence, or his name was not Barack Obama. Now that man was Bob Murray, the CEO of Murray Energy, and we will get to him later. But his claim that Obama's regulations have been job killers is worth taking a look at, because while coal mining jobs undoubtedly did decline under Obama, it's worth noting that coal mining jobs have also been declining for decades. I mean, just look at that trend line. Coal industry jobs declined at roughly the same rate as careers in the Zeppelin industry and babies named Adolf.
So here we go again. We're gonna start this clip by making fun of how he says Barack Obama on air because Bob Murray's not good on camera. So what? And then he talks about how coal jobs have been steadily declining because Barack Obama did cost 27% of coal miners their jobs in the last year he was in office. Just the last year alone, by the way. Why shouldn't we protect coal? Why shouldn't we protect the coal miners? He's completely disregarding the entire point, which was that Barack Obama continued the trend so that he can take personal attacks at Bob Murray, he can take personal attacks at Donald Trump. You see how they're spinning this here? They're dancing around it. Dance, 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 dance. Halfway through the show. It gets better. No, it doesn't.
76,000 coal workers is less than you'd expect, although in the areas where they are concentrated, coal mines are central to the community. Some schools have miners as mascots for their sports teams, or even they have coal industry-sponsored fairs where kids make a variety of projects.
Oh my God, I don't get it because I'm a New York elitist. I don't understand how coal communities can surround their lives with coal and they have mascots and school fairs. It's critical to major parts of this country, the coal industry. Sorry that you don't get it up in uppity New York from Britain, but people rely on these jobs. It's one of the reasons that Donald Trump was elected, but in the middle of all the personal insults and now regional insults, you're ignoring that human beings are there and they earn a living from this. They support families off of this. What is the point of this show? I mean, do you understand this? Am I missing something here? It's the personal insult show, and we're going to dance around an issue because you can't actually talk facts about an issue? That's what it really seems like to me. This is well over halfway through the show, and we're still going on personal insults because facts aren't your friend.
The 18% was due to the growth in renewable energy like wind and solar. And there is perhaps no more dramatic evidence of coal losing out to solar energy than this.
Work has begun to power the Kentucky Coal Mining Museum, not by coal, but by the sun.
We believe that this project will help save at least $8,000 to $10,000 off of the energy cost on this building alone.
It's true, the Kentucky Coal Mining Museum is now using solar energy.
Yes, they're using solar energy because it saves them a little bit of money because there's no money to put on the coal mine museum. Now, I want to tell you something about clean energy like solar panels. You know what happens on a not so sunny day? We can't do this. Where's my light? Can't do that. Can't turn them on and off. That's all coal, by the way. That's there's your coal. That's coal energy. Now, if it was all run by solar panels and we went to flip that on and off and it was a cloudy day like it is today, they would stay off. We'd be lucky if we got them on. We'd be lucky if we had the power for the camera or my microphone or the PowerPoint that I'm on or the refrigerators that I get my soda water out of when the interns don't drink it all. That's the difference between coal energy that is consistent, that we all take for granted, and solar energy, which is what would make us look like the Walking Dead. We'd be lucky to be taking showers and have hot water. That's just how it works. But I'm sorry, continue on your personal insult spree, John Oliver, because it makes logical sense to people who ignore the facts.
It's an apocryphal tale concerning how the company began. Union miners claim that Murray used to tell them that he was sitting on his back porch contemplating his future when he was approached by a squirrel who hopped up next to him, looked him in the eye and said, "Bob Murray, you should be operating your very own mines." And we asked Murray's company about that story and they told us it never occurred.
And there we go again, back to personal insults. You see, when you don't have facts on your side, you have to personally insult people. So he started with Donald Trump. He went on to Bob Murray. Then he went on to the community, all the communities that rely on coal because, oh my God, look, they have coal miners as their mascots. Oh, they have coal fairs at schools because they want to encourage kids to go into that industry, which there's nothing wrong with. It's actually a great job if you can get one. He actually went on for a minute and mocked a kid. We're not even going to show that. He mocked a kid's science fair project. Why would you have a science fair project on coal? I don't understand it because I'm an elitist from New York. Oh man, wow, crazy. It's pathetic. He didn't have any facts on his side, so he brings up all of these stupid stories and makes fun of people. Great. Oh, and by the way, because he's got a big budget, he even has a little squirrel mascot at the end that comes out and talks like it's the squirrel that talked to Bob Murray. Oh, let's mock everybody personally with big bucks. He totally disregards what would have happened to the entire coal industry had Hillary Clinton been elected president. You guys remember this quote? Let's throw to this one because this is exactly what would have happened to the coal industry.
Example, I'm the only candidate which has a policy about how to bring economic opportunity using clean renewable energy as the key into coal country, because we're going to put a lot of coal miners and coal companies out of business. Right, Tim?
You know, it's crazy. In his entire half-hour show, he fails to mention the fact that Hillary Clinton actually threatened the entire coal industry. He mocks Donald Trump, he mocks Bob Murray, he mocks the communities, but he fails to mention that Hillary Clinton was going to put them all out of business and put a large chunk of this country on the unemployment line. And she was proud of it, too. It cost her a lot of votes. Personal insult tonight, not last week tonight. Because you didn't have any facts to work with there, and the facts you did have, you danced around. Great. Good work, buddy.